What's up, guys? The red light is on. It's 9:30 at night, but we live. What's up, Dave Van Auken here? I had to get on my man. Look at that. The best smile I can officially say in the UFC right now, Malcolm Wellmaker. My man, how are you doing this fine evening?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. I literally just walked in the house from a great training session, man. Got some great rounds in, got some guys with competition coming up, and they looking ready, man, and everybody's just fired up right now. So I'm doing fantastic.
I love it, man. There's so much I got to get into. I got like a paper here. I always have all these notes and papers and stuff to get into, but you just said something right there that I'm going to jump with. It's got to be great for the gym, the morale, just the mojo, whatever you want to say, the momentum. There's so many buzzwords you can put in there, but that's got to be epic for you to go back to that gym and be like, hey, I did it. We did it. You can do it. We can all do it. We all can rise together. Yeah. How's the gym right now? It's got to be incredible.
That's literally what it is, man. I can see it in the eyes of all the guys, on our amateur team and the guys that's the pros as well early on in their careers. They see that it can be done. I feel like I just ran the first 4-minute mile and everybody behind me, we doing our rounds and, we going tick for tack. So all these guys know that, it's just a matter of time and staying disciplined and they can be in the same position as me. And it's a room full of motivated killers right now, man. It's beautiful.
I love it, man. Well, hey, everyone can't be you, man. 8-0, 30-0. Like I said, one of the best smiles in all of MMA.
Thank you,
I love it. But let's stick right there in that contender series. Last week, it's literally on right now. I don't know if you saw. We saw one of the best female knockouts. They're trying to be like you, Malcolm. They're trying to get the knockout from you last week. So they're going off right now as we speak. But you got the knockout. Did you? I know you said it to Laura Sanko and stuff like that. Laura and I are real close and all that stuff. I love talking to Laura, but you said you knew it was coming. Like you felt it was coming.
Absolutely.
Like how confident were you going into that fight? Did you knew that not even just winning, but you knew that you were going to have that moment, getting that contract and all?
Just to be completely honest, man, I was 100% confident, and I knew in my heart that I was going to knock him out and that it was going to be devastating, man.
Yeah.
Just looking at the matchup, knowing the style he had, gave me a lot of confidence, but he gave off attitude of confidence himself, willingness to strike with me. And after watching so much footage of him, man, I was so convinced that it was going to be a right hand and that the left hook, the leading left hook that he uses to open 90% of his combos was going to be the cause of it. And it was, and that was it, bro. I saw it in my dreams for 3 months straight. I knew it. I felt it. And when it happened, there was no need to follow up because it was only a matter of time.
A fun little question, and I guess, you can say what you want. You can be honest. You can not be honest. It's totally up to you, and I totally get it. When you get a matchup, and that matchup comes on your paper, your agent, your team tells you, whatever, right? And you get it, you start watching tape, or your team tells you, like, hey, this is the matchup. Like you said, we started watching video, and you see it. You're like, oh, my goodness, guys. Like, this is it. Like, oh, my goodness, this is it. Are you almost like, please, to this man, don't get hurt, don't pull out, don't miss weight? Like, are you like saying that every night to sleep? Like, let me just have this man come in the octagon in because this is what's going to happen.
You reading my mind. The whole count, I was just praying that me and him make it to this fight healthily and our complete self, because this was the matchup. I mean, it was perfect. The stars aligned, man. All count. The more I watched him, the more me and my coaches would say, bro, you're going to knock this dude out. You know what I mean? So, all the time I was just, putting prayers up for both of us because I knew that this was the matchup that was going to be the jaw-dropping finish that I needed to get my contract.
Love it. Love it. All right. You win the contract. Dana White has high praise for you, all that stuff. I have another Vegas question, but before that, even on your socials, you get back to Augusta, Georgia, the fanfare, the love, the airport, all that stuff. How was that? Like, it had to be overwhelming, blown away, all those adjectives. I try to speak it into words, I guess.
It was like this, man. I remember, it's so crazy, after the knockout, I went to dinner with my manager, Jason House. I was seeing dishes I've never seen before. I mean, all types of lamb, lobster, corn, truffles, and this crazy stuff. I was meeting these incredible people. I even dapped up Andre Philly, man. And just so many great things that immediately after the fight. And I remember, the next morning we hopped on a plane and we was on the way home. and my manager was setting up all these interviews, and I was telling my team, I was like, man, like it seems so surreal. And at our layover between Atlanta and Augusta, I was like, okay, now it's starting to become a little bit normal. Now I'm starting to feel like myself again. And then I walk into Augusta Airport, and they surprised me with all these people all over again, man. And then more interviews start rolling in, and then I get to do the first pitch at the Augusta baseball game, and it's incredible, man. I wanted the city to feel the success and to share the glory with me, and man, they did their part, and they uplifted me so much, and they let me know that what I did not go unrecognized, man. They made me feel incredible. And just to see them, when I was in Vegas and they showed the stream of my friends and family at the restaurant jumping up and down and shaking the place, it made my heart warm, because we showed the world, like, Augusta, we really are that proud of what we just accomplished. So it's incredible.
It was unbelievable. It was from afar. It was so cool to see and watch in socials and on TV and stuff like that. An incredible scene, something that regardless of whatever happens next for you and your journey and your career and all that stuff, like those are just like once in a lifetime kind of memories and moments. You'll have that forever. Tell your kids about it. It's pretty incredible. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So something like kind of funny, I wanted to kind of rewind a little bit back. Like I said, I got some stuff for you. To me, like you had like a COVID career in a way. Like you kind of came up, I saw your amateur career. Like I said, I was lucky enough to be at two of your pro fights with Icon and stuff like that with William Masvidal. But all that stuff was happening in this kind of COVID era. A lot of stuff was shut down. Was it harder for you to kind of go through the ranks and regional shows and to try to get enough fights you can to go in the UFC and on the Contender Series during that crazy 2 years or 18 months, however long it was? You really did have a COVID uprising in a way. It's wild.
Yeah. What's the craziest thing is, the last amateur fight I had before COVID hit, I lost. So I was undefeated. Okay. Yeah, I was 3-0 going into that fight. I lost, ended up going 3-1. I got finished in my hometown, and then we were shut down for 15 months before I could compete again. And man, I felt like I had every reason to walk away from it. I tried, CrossFit, running, marathons and stuff like that to try to scratch the itch, but nothing satisfied it. We was having these backdoor sessions at the gym where you had to park in the back to train and stuff. And seeing it through was tough, man. Especially with, I'm 30 years old, so I've been battling the clock my whole career. A late start trying to make it to the big promotion, man. It was very, very difficult. But that's just one of the many things that, I had the right team around me that convinced me that it was all going to be worth it, and it was. So
it definitely was, man. Definitely was. The next 5 years, 7, 8 years is going to be absolutely bananas for you. And then I also saw that you were saying you're fighting the clock a little bit, like also, followed you on your socials and everything that before, and I don't know if you quit this totally yet, and if you have or have not all that, but welder, that's what your normal, was your job, or did you still working it? How?
Yeah, I was at work today. I was at work this morning. Yeah. Today was my first day back after, obviously fight week. Monday we had off for Labor Day, but I was back on the clock with the guys this morning. I was welding on pipe in the shop all day today. So, I'm still
in. You like it? Like, is it something like you kind of like to do? Or is it like you said, I know you said on one of your social, you're like, hey, right now it's paying the bills. I would assume it probably does pay pretty damn well.
Yeah. Welding is one of those things where it's a very valuable skill, but I'm in a field where it's kind of like a specialty skill set. So I pipe weld. If you want the money, you typically got to travel for it. So working locally at the fab shop I'm in, sometimes work's really slow. Sometimes I don't make 40 hours. Sometimes work picks up, and we do okay, but it's sometimes unpredictable because it's just based off of demand and our ability to secure work. So it can be rough sometimes, but it is definitely, it's been able to provide for me to be able to pursue fighting the way I have in my life. But I actually do love it, man. I was terrible at welding for like literally 5 years straight. And I struggled. I was at the bottom of the class. I did summer courses to try to catch up. And I finally got it down. And I've been doing it ever since. And I love it, man. I love the trade. I love, the culture. I love the support. Like any of my local fights, half of my supporters are pipe fitters and construction workers, bro. It's a rowdy crowd.
That's a good community, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's great, man. I love it. And it'll be bittersweet when I walk away from it.
I was gonna say maybe a dumb question, Malcolm. Maybe super dumb. Like, do you have a transition in your head? Do you want to get that second contract? Is it just after the first fight? You know, whatever. Like, do you have a certain avenue you want to get to before you're like, okay, I'm done with this chapter in my life?
I'm gonna go ahead and manifest it. I'm gonna get my first fight and get a $50K bonus, and I'm quitting my job.
Okay.
And that's just what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
You know,
Like, you know, 15 and the 50K bonus. You know, you get another sponsor on top. You know, let's go.
I can make ends meet. I'll be all right, brother.
Yeah. I like
that's the plan. That's the plan. So, you know, when the next one comes in, I'll work throughout the camp. My job's really reasonable, man. They support me so much, so they work with my schedule. And I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna put on a performance. I'm gonna get another knockout. I'm gonna get 50K, and I'm coming home, and I'm a full-time athlete after that.
I love that. Love that. Great transition into my next question. My next note for me, for you. When is it? When do you want to get in? Is there this you know, maybe, you know, a Madison Square Garden card, or is there an Apex show anytime of the year? There's that Tampa card that I know a lot of our people are talking about. They want to be on a December 14th, Tampa, Florida. Is there something you want to do? Or is there something you're looking at already?
I'm gonna be honest, man. I really don't even care where I fight at. You know, I want to experience it all. You know, the Apex was fun. I would love, man, Madison Square Garden, being at a place like that. You know, sharing the card with so many people that I've watched over the years. I'm not too picky about my opportunity. The only thing that I want is to be in there before the end of the year. As long as it's before the end of the year, man, I'm happy. And I'll be so excited to actually be on a real UFC card, have some Venom shorts on, and do my thing.
Yeah, for sure. Bantamweight, literally next weekend, Bantamweight championship on the line. Sugar Sean O'Malley, Marab in the Sphere. Who wins it? How do they win it?
I'm gonna go Sean O'Malley, and I'm gonna go knockout, man.
Yeah, snipes.
I don't think it's the easy thing to do. But it's, you know, one thing that my coach said is Sean O'Malley has continued to get better every time he's fought. You know, that's something that is very, very true. Every fight he's had, he's gotten better and better and better. And I think it's gonna be the case with this one as well. And if that trend continues, he goes for a finish, and I think he's gonna create a little bit of a legacy, man. I'm excited.
I like it. We had a good talk. We talked with Terrence McKinney today on the show that I was talking to you about. We wanted, like, on the show. I know you were working and couldn't get on.
Right.
There's no middle ground. Everyone, like, hey, Sugar is going to snipe him and going to knock him out, or Marab is going to ragdoll him. Like, there's no middle ground for this fight. And it's funny. I've asked probably 30 people. It's 15-15. Like, there's just that's what's great. And that's what, you know, great main event.
It's gonna be a banger, bro. It is gonna be an absolute banger, man. I wish I could see it in person. I have no idea how they're gonna do that card or what to even expect. Yeah. But man, it's gonna be a hell of an experience, and probably the only time they ever get to fight at the Sphere. So it's gonna be good, man.
It's gonna be crazy. This one's a good one. When I said you were coming on, I made a post and someone DM'd Fight Bananas, and this is such a good question. I love it. They wanted to know, what was, you know, everyone saw the knockout. Everyone saw, like, the Dana White meme. Everyone saw you on ESPN, all this stuff. What was your favorite moment from the Dana White Contender Series week that wasn't on TV? That's a moment with you and your team, moment with you and your agent, a moment with you and a fan, backstage, something like that. What was your favorite moment from the week that wasn't televised?
I think one of the most special things for me was when we was in the back before the fight. It was me and my two coaches, Jake and Pops, right? We still kind of new to this. We ain't met all the superstars yet, so we in the back and we kind of off to the side talking, and we see DC come creeping in, talking to Jack Duffy and asking them questions. And me and Jake literally, like, went like this. He was like, "Oh, it's DC." And, like, we, like, literally 20 feet away from DC, bro. We pulled out our phones and start taking pictures of him, like, talking to somebody. It was so fanned out. And, like, we was like, oh, well, he's asking questions. Surely he's going to come to us. But he didn't, right? And so it was like, damn, we missed him. But anyway, you know, during the fight, I told him, I was like, you know, I got teammates that love you, DC. And he was like, I love you. So that moment was good. But after the fight, me and my team and all my supporters are sitting at this table, and you can see the hallway where the bathrooms is. And we see DC walk into the bathroom, and we all like, who gonna do it? Like, you know what I'm saying? We all like, who gonna do it, bro? Because we all want to meet him so bad. And Nobody got up, and when he came out, Pops went ahead and got up, and Pops trailed him out the other way, and Pops told him, "Hey man, my boys want to meet you." And DC come over there, man, and he was so awesome, man. DC is amazing.
I heard he's
man.
great. I heard he's like so good, especially I don't know if you've watched it 3 times over. I would if it was me, right? But like they were loving on you. Like they were loving on you that night. That's gonna make you feel great. You know what I mean?
It's surreal, man. Even the I don't know the guy's name, but even the guy that translates on all the cards, he was at the show, and he came up to me and shook my hand and congratulated me, and he said that was real Connor-esque, and I was like, bro, I've seen you translate on all these pay-per-view cards, like coming from you. You don't even know how much it means to me. It's just, it's so surreal, man. And for these guys to tell me that they think I have a bright future ahead of me and to admire my knockout, man, it's unreal still just reflecting on it and thinking about it.
It's so funny you said that. I met that guy probably 4 or 5 times during my run-ins doing what I do. Met him at the PFL, stuff like that. The guy is the nicest guy ever. That guy, the translator guy he's like sweet. Tremendous dude. Really good guy. Good guy.
Yeah, I love him, man.
Cool, man. I know it's late. I don't want to keep you up too much longer. I got 2 good ones for you. One off the beaten path and one I'm going to try to pull at the heartstrings a little bit. One, the fun one first. Everyone does Mount Rushmores and everyone does, MMA Mount Rushmores. But Malcolm, I'm going to ask you, who's your music Mount Rushmore? Who's your top 4? What's your favorite music Mount Rushmore?
Oh, man. All right, look, man. All right, so I'm going to be honest with you. I've got pretty poor taste in music, okay? I'm notorious at the gym for only playing ignorance, okay? So I'm going to try to be a little not so ignorant right now, right? But I'm going to give you a couple different flavors. Lil Wayne, man. Lil Wayne dominated the industry for a while. When I was growing up, he used to be the best rapper alive, literally. That's what he would call himself, and that's what he was, man. There's so much Wayne that I'll go back and listen to, and it puts me in a different state of mind, man. Like, it just takes me back and makes me think about admiring someone that's at the absolute best of what they do. This one might be a little controversial. I like Bruno Mars a lot, bro. He makes great music. And some people compare him to Michael Jackson, and that's a hard thing to do. But even for some people to put you in that conversation, that's incredible, man. So I love Bruno Mars. I'd even put Michael Jackson on the list, of course, too, man. My family, they love Michael Jackson, man. We used to listen to that growing up all the time. And then just to be completely transparent with you, I'd have to say NBA YoungBoy is probably like one of my favorite rappers, bro. He is. Look, I know all the stuff that come with that label, but bro, he is even though a very controversial artist, man, he is talented at what he does. I mean, he chose a very radical lane of music to make, but he's very good at what he does. He puts a lot of his soul and his pain into his music. Okay. And I feel it, man. So that's every time I'm in the back warming up, it's probably some YoungBoy going on in my headphones. I gotta get in that mode.
Okay. Yeah. We like it. We with it. All right, here we go. Last one for you. Like I said, we'll let you run. Appreciate your time. When that fight announcement comes through, let's definitely reconnect. And if you can, we'll love to get you on that big live show Tuesday afternoon. We'd love to get it. Last one for you. If the people are starting to learn about you, especially in the UFC space and some of the bigger outlets and stuff of that nature, and someone on the outside, they go, who is Malcolm Wellmaker? What's your answer?
Malcolm Wellmaker is the first UFC fighter to come out of Augusta, Georgia in nearly 2 decades behind Forrest Griffin. And not only is he the first to come out of Augusta, he's a guy that wasn't a prospect very long ago. 7 years ago when I started my journey, I was 22 years old. I had no previous experience. I was far from an athlete. The lifestyle I was living was far from, what I would be doing to try to be a fighter. And I met people that had my best interest in mind, some genuine, sincere people that loved on me, gave me confidence, made me believe in myself. And I made my dreams come true, not just for myself, but for my city and for my whole team. And I'm on a trailblazer to get to Sean O'Malley. Yes, sir.
Hey, it happens quick, man. I'm telling you, it's crazy. People say that and they think, oh yeah, right. We'll see. Stuff like that happens quick, man. You like Diego Lopez, like literally the man's fighting the biggest guys in the industry in 3 years ago, he wasn't in the UFC. Like now he's fighting co-main events in some of the biggest shows in the world.
I love Diego, man. I love it. And he's really close, obviously, like with Jason House, that's my manager.
Yeah.
And he lost on Contender Series because of an eye poke. It went to the cards.
Yeah.
And it was 3 years before he got his shot. And he got in and boom, one of the biggest stars. So like it said, like it just say, dream, believe, make it happen. So that's what I'm on, man. I'm trying to make it happen.
UFC 347 O'Malley Wellmaker.
Come on, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, baby. Let's do it.
Malcolm, man, appreciate your time. Like I said, I don't know if you even remember. I was there. I was lucky enough to be there in Augusta, Georgia. I remember Dean Toole telling me, he's like, Dave, like this kid. He's like, this kid. And that was
he believed in me. He believed in me, man.
Crazy, man. Crazy life. Hey, happy for you. Continue success. We'll talk soon, all right?
Sounds good, man. Talk soon. Appreciate it, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right.